I don't know what to expect, but we're going to do a panel. Feminism in gaming. I don't know what to expect. I don't even know if I'm familiar with any of these people. Some of them are. I am. Some of them I am. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. Okay. Hey. Hey, weep grinder. I'm gonna pop in the waiting room. Actually, there's probably an echo, right? Let's fix that. Alright. The topic is feminism and gaming, and I have no fucking idea what to expect. So, without further ado, I bring to you the waiting room for the Feminism in Gaming panel. Let's go, baby. What's up? What's up, motherfuckers?
Hey,
What's up?
I'm live right now, just so you know. Welcome to
Hello.
the waiting room for the Feminism in Gaming panel. Let's go, baby.
We
Are
get to
you
wait
sure
like the
you're-
women.
Yeah.
We're ladies in waiting now.
Am I a gamer
Yeah.
or
An
am
old
I
Chinese
a,
joke.
am I a gamer or am I a feminist?
Good question.
I don't think the two are mutually exclusive.
All right.
Okay, no, Mostos? Is that what it is? I was trying to remember. I do not know Spanish at all.
I know El Baño.
Lo siento, yo no hablo español.
How does feminism express itself in Fortnite?
I don't play Fortnite, so I wouldn't know.
I
Every
don't-
time they release
I
a new
play that
Ariana
like a
Grande
slave.
skin.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
There's a lot of that bullshit fake feminism in gaming, I think.
I think
You're
if-
talking about like women who are just like hyper competent, like they know everything.
Yeah, but like not, you know, we don't need to write male characters as perfect for them to be empowered, but we do for women for some reason. It's because we're afraid of their weakness.
Yeah. It seems it's always a bit of hesitation to start the ladies out at the beginning of the hero's journey.
Yeah.
You don't see many female Peter Griffins or Homer Simpsons.
Mabel Pines. I mean, she's definitely
You
a
know what?
sister version, but
Wait, did you say
Fair
Mabel
point.
Pines
yeah, Mabel Pines.
from
I
Gravity
like
Falls?
Mabel Pines.
I would say Maple Pines. She kind of falls into like a very old trope of women where it's like, oh, I'm a young ditzy
Yeah.
girl.
Wise little girl. Like Lisa Simpson.
Maybe. She's very much kind of like an idiot savant. I guess. One of those types.
Just a little
Yeah.
more divergent.
The best way I would describe her, I feel like she kind of fills the same role that characters like Luna Lovegood fill.
That's true, yeah. They do seem like very similar characters.
The Cloud Cuckoo-lander trope, which is not necessarily gendered.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's gonna... Are we just like the B team over here? Or is it like...
Yeah, I
or
don't
is he
know.
really planning to pack this thing?
I have no
Yeah,
idea.
I don't know. I was told 7 o'clock,
Yeah.
and
I don't know what you guys were told, but what I was told is I'm not a part of the first wave, that he was going to bring me on if he has space later.
I was told I was asked if I wanted to go on, and then I later said I'd go on. So I think maybe I lost. If maybe I'm not sure. It wasn't very clear to me. So maybe I lost my chance at first wave. But if that's the case, I may end up just talking to you guys and then dipping.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think that the little girl feminist character is upsetting in some way. Like they always have to be little girls. You know?
What are you referring to specifically? Like
Lisa Simpson, Mabel Pines, like there's just like this whole little girl.
Simpson,
What, just, like, really young-
Lisa Simpson, part of her character is that she's, the only one that's young but like wise beyond her years. It's like the precursor to Meg, where you're just making fun of Meg for being an idiot, but they make fun of Lisa because they don't understand her because she's sort of like an old soul.
well, and an intellectual.
Well,
They even used her to mock certain elements of feminism. The football
well, think
episode.
about. Okay, so when you're talking about Lisa specifically, you have to like put into context the Simpson writers, because the people who write Simpsons, at least the original writers, they were actually pretty smart, and they put in a lot of Easter eggs and shit inside of it. What Lisa Simpson was supposed to represent was they were supposed to represent that stubborn boomer woman. And what I mean by boomer, I don't mean that in a bad sense. I mean the literal boomer generation. You had women who
My
had to be
parents,
like
yeah.
Lisa Simpson, who had to bust their fucking ass, who had to show all this shit. And so Lisa is supposed to reflect that character, when all the other girls is, oh, I just want to be a normal girl, I just want to be a housewife. But Lisa was supposed to represent what we saw in the boomer generation.
This is the thing I see about Lisa, okay? If Lisa was an adult character, it wouldn't work because she needs to be belittled because she's a child, because that's funny and it's understandable. But if she was an adult, people would hate her still. But it wouldn't work as so funny, because people belittling her constantly and being dismissive of her constantly would be more sad than it is funny.
Yeah, we can't depict how society treats women like children.
Yes, because she literally is basically like an adult in a child's body, which is how we treat women.
Oh no, he can't have us in because of the server boost.
Wait, what?
Server boost?
What about server boost?
Yeah, what about server boost?
Oh yeah, sorry. I opened up the stream.
Well, tell us what's going on.
Okay, so he can only have a certain number of people on, because in one there's like 10 people talking in my ear right now.
Something's happening.
Oh, it looks like they pulled them in.
Well, I don't know what's going on. I didn't know what to expect. I don't know what's going on. I'm just due
Eh.
for the ride.
I'll probably chill in here for an hour or two, and if I don't get pulled in, and if my friend goes live, I'll just hop into his server.
I need to play another one. Okay, I got one more song I'm gonna play.
Oh, what song's that?
Unheal Me by Connor Linning.
Oh, that's not a bad song.
You know it? I don't know. I'm not familiar. I just clicked it because I've got all his stuff. He's my friend. He let me use his music.
Oh wait, that's not a big artist?
Connor
I might be thinking of something else then.
ORT Linning.
Let me check.
Smith. What's up? What's up, Alk? I'm gonna mute my mic for there. I'm muted. I'm muted for the.
Okay, so currently he's not pulling anyone else in because there's 3 other first wave people who haven't showed up yet. But if they don't show up, then he's going to start pulling other people in.
I am offended.
Fair enough.
All right, I muted it and I can't hear them, dude. I can't. I need to find a new job. Like, time goes by a lot faster when you're working in retail. Like, the more you help people and the more nice you are. But no matter what you do, it's still just as exhausting. It's just so... Dude, it's awful. When are they gonna fucking automate all of that? That's fucking worst job. Why the fuck do we let people do that? Ugh, why do we make fucking teenagers do this shit? Jesus. I'll probably do it for a while. Okay, I'm I need to talk to a gamer. Who do I got here I can talk to? France rocks. What do you like about France? Well, you hope they pull me in? Yeah, me fucking too. I hope they fucking pull me in. Yeah, doing customer service in retail is like all about having really unhealthy boundaries where you open yourself up to other people in a certain way, in a very fake way, and you also don't really respect their boundaries too. You don't want to give people space. Like, a good customer service from a corporate perspective is you approach everybody and you tell everybody, are you finding everything that you're looking for? Which helps reduce shrinkage because it discourages theft. It makes people feel like they are being watched, makes people feel like they're welcome. It makes people feel like they're not alone. You're crossing their boundaries. You're crossing right into their world. I mean, sometimes that's good. Sometimes it does make people feel comfortable. I'd be a lot more comfortable in a sales position where people are coming to me and I know that they want to interact with me, and I'm like, okay. But then there's still the sales thing where you're conniving and you're trying to get them to do something you know that they don't really want to do. No, I'm not allowed to do anything intellectually stimulating at work. No. Not at all. It's interesting that we say out to lunch as a term for when someone is dissociating or like daydreaming, because when you are out to lunch is the moment when you're the least dissociative. You're living in the moment when you're at your fucking lunch. When you get back to work is when you start dissociating again. Become a tradie. I've been thinking about learning a trade for a job. That's a good idea. Hear that guy grunting? He can't hear me, but I can hear him. Yeah. Welcome to the Smith stream. Hope you enjoy your stay. I don't know when I'm going to be pulled in, but I'm here for you any moment that you need me. Just let me know if there's anything you need. Just give me a holler and I'll do whatever I can for you. I'll make funny faces and I'll fart with my armpit and I'll tell you a story about the first time I masturbated. Did you find everything you were looking for? Offshore welding pays really well. Offshore welding. That sounds cool. I used to do physical labor and I could just put in headphones and ignore everything. It was awesome, says Poco. Yeah, I like physical labor. When I'm doing a retail job, I routinely will make it into physical labor. So any downtime, I will well, it depends on what kind of retail job. But if I'm actually like alone, I'm going to be like doing like when I was working in a 7-Eleven, I would fill up the coffee pots and I would keep some of them back there and fill them up with water of different weights, and I would do like different like a French whatever that's called, and I would do different lifts, and I would do some squats. And when I was working in a nursing home, I was in the kitchen prepping food, and I would bring up big heavy metal carts full of all the old people's trays, and I would bring it up the elevator, which is pretty slow. And every elevator trip up and every elevator trip down, I would do burpees until the door would open. Sometimes people would be standing there and I'd get caught doing burpees. And then whenever I had like downtime, I would do push-ups and stuff. And then every day I was always the one, because I wanted to be the one to take the trash out, which was like, I don't know, like a quarter of a mile. The dumpster was a quarter of a mile through like a parking lot where nobody ever was. Just like a pavement with fences on either side, just this walk. So I would take the plastic cart, I would load up all the trash bags, I would grab it behind me, and I would run all the way there, and I'd dump them in, and I'd run all the way back. So I got to run in every day. I got a like shit ton of burpees every day. It's a good exercise. That was pretty good. And I started doing that because the time when I started doing those jobs was when I ran out of money, because I spent it all on my shared office space and planning on getting a web development job and working on that. And I had been going to the gym, going to Orange Theory, but I'd run out of money, and I was really defeated that I had lost my fucking gym access. And working out at home doesn't work for me. I can't do it. It's very hard. But working out when you're at work, you don't want to be, you want to feel productive. You don't want to feel like you're just standing there, just wasting your time, biding your time, sitting on an elevator. So I would use that time to feel like I'm doing some progress. So any downtime at work is workout time. So that's what I would do. How long do I think I'm going to stream today? I have no fucking idea. So far, it's probably been 18 minutes. And I'm still not on this fucking panel. I'm not on this fucking panel yet. It looks like there's a lot of people on there. I wasn't even gonna stream this. I was just gonna go on but not stream it. Now in the last fucking minute, I was like, you know what? I mean, I didn't even announce it. I didn't even tell anybody I was gonna be doing it. Last minute, I was like, you know what? I'll fucking do it. So, I put up my OBS. I typed in a fucking title. It's a pretty good title. It's a lot better of a title than the title of this fucking panel. The title of the panel is Feminism and Gaming. Feminism, feminists versus gamers, baby. So yeah, I don't know how long I'm gonna even stream. I wasn't even planning on it. Yeah, see, it made this guy click. So now I need either a gamer or a feminist, and I can be their counterpart. I mentioned it on a recent stream, but I like to make really sexy women in character creation. And then it undermines the gameplay because it literally makes me want to jerk off. Like I modded Skyrim so that I could make like super sexy women. And like, you know, modded the character creator so that I could make them super specific, exactly what I wanted to see. And then I would play like naked. And I'd be like, I'm gonna have limitations for my playthrough. I'm no clothes, whatever, and then I'd just be like, I'd play for 5 minutes and then jerk off and then be like, oh well, I'm done with that. So I didn't even get much gameplay out of it. It was all just about making the women. And all of those mods in Skyrim, they totally suck when it comes to the men, because all the nude men, in my they have rock hard dicks all the time. It's fucking weird. they need to program. There needs to be dick functionality here in these fucking Skyrim mods. And I almost bought Cyberpunk exclusively because I knew you could be nude. But I was like, yeah, I did buy it actually. I bought it and then I immediately returned it. I changed my mind. And now I'm not interested in that. I could have done that with what? Baldur's Gate 3 or whatever, the new Baldur's Gate. But, yeah. I saw the cutscene of the bear. You can have sex with a bear. And, I don't know. It only seems fun to do if you're not supposed to be doing it in the game, sort of like, I don't want to play a porn game. I want to play a non-porn game as a naked character. But I do want all the characters to be like, what the fuck's going on? Why are you naked? This is weird. We have boob physics. We have boob physics, but we don't have dick physics. Feminism has failed us in video games. So I'll tell you a little bit about my Skyrim escapades of modding. I tried to do too much and it didn't work out. Like I wanted to make both really horny gameplay and also really like limited gameplay. Because Skyrim's way too easy. So the best way to make Skyrim good is to get rid of fast travel. Get rid of quick saving. So make it so that you can only save it when you sleep. And I also wanted to do a playthrough where like I could fight and stuff, but like I was very weak. Yeah. Have I seen the Skyrim mod packs? Yeah. What do you mean? What mod packs are you talking about? You mean the porn ones? Like the vast majority of them? It'd be really hard to program that shit with one hand. Because, you know, you can only program like a porn mod. You can only set that shit up with one hand because you got the other hand's pretty busy. So, must take twice the time. I don't think that this is going to happen. So, I'm going to leave this waiting room. Yo, I'm leaving.
Oh, you're leaving?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough, man. I'll continue in your chat.
Are you in my chat?
Yeah, I've been speaking in your chat.
Oh, shit.
I'm the one that's talking about Skyrim mods.
Oh, shit. Well, do you want to just talk about Skyrim mods? What mods were you talking about?
Okay, all right. So the thing that I was trying to say in chat is if you download the Nexus mod manager, they literally have mod packs that it has all of the mods that you need for whatever, well, it's not whatever gameplay you're wanting because the mod packs are like specific gameplay you're looking for, but it has all of the lists of the mods. The only thing you have to do is set up your mod order. So your game can load, but there is no fuck ups or anything provided the person who made the list actually knows how to make a mod list.
Cool. I learned through modding Skyrim. Maybe I'm wrong, but I I think that the Bethesda engine is broken. You have to use the Skyrim script extender to make most mods work because the engine can't handle it, and that's not.
Yeah.
And it's not because the engine can't handle it because it has memory issues. Like the normal game, it can barely handle the normal game. If you do one mod, which is to do something to increase the to just remove weight limitations so you can have as much stuff as you want at all times, that will break the game. Just having tons of shit breaks the game, which is awful. That's so bad. That's why they have weight limitations on everything. This is also something in Fallout 76. They had like game breaking shit would happen, and they had to keep like patching it to like reinforce the weight limitations because people would bypass the weight limitations.
Mm-hmm.
And it would break
Yeah, I remember that shit. Yeah.
It broke the entire game for everybody.
Dude, there was so many fucking problems with Fallout 76. Like, especially when it came down to inventory, like, holy fuck. It wasn't even just the weight, it was like everything that had to do with the inventory.
Yeah, I never played it.
I played a very little amount and then I got it refunded. I was one of the lucky bastards who actually got my copy refunded after I pre-ordered.
Nice. I heard that the map was looked good.
What was that?
I heard that the map looked good. Like it's I heard
16 times the detail.
This is what I have to say. The map looked really good if your LODs loaded in properly, which was only about 20% of the time.
Okay. What's up, Biddy? By the way, Poco, yes, I can make my own panels. I got my own panel right now. It got me, Avius, and C4 Cypher, and Screamboat. Except Screamboat can't hear me.
I can be the unhinged one for content, don't worry.
All right. So how do we okay. I don't know what Gamergate even means.
So this is I feel like there's a lot of people in the server that would be 10 million times better to ask about Gamergate than me. But my take on Gamergate, everybody has like a different variation of Gamergate. Everybody in this server, well, not everybody in this server. I realize a lot of people in this server, like when you ask them what Gamergate is, they're going to specifically refer to what happened in 2014. But me and a lot of other people that I know consider Gamergate to be like the period of reactionary bullshit that was going on YouTube from the years of like 2014 to 2018. And what I mean by bullshit, I mean like your Sargon of Akkad's, your culture war, like all the bullshit like that. Like I've heard a lot of people just rope all of that and say all of that was Gamergate.
There were a whole bunch of different people interested in a bunch of different things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So I remember some of that. Like, so that's what I thought Gamergate was. I thought it was people like getting pissed off because they changed the boobs of a character or something like that. And like, that's what I think of when I hear Gamergate. But then I hear people talking about Brianna Wu and like having sex for good reviews or something like that.
You know what's the thing that I find hilarious about the conversation about like not letting women, and by women I mean like video game characters wear like super super revealing clothing and things like that. One thing I find funny about that argument is I played World of Warcraft for over a decade. And World of Warcraft has something called a transmog system. What transmog is it whatever armor you have on, you can change the armor to whatever fucking appearance you want to as long as it matches that same type of armor. So if you play a character that wears plate, you can take any plate chest piece in the game and transmog it.
Oh wow, they didn't even have that when I played.
Yeah, they added it in Cataclysm at the end of Cataclysm. So My point of bringing that up is there is a fuck ton of women that play World of Warcraft, especially within raiding guilds. That's how I know, like, they're women because I would literally hear their voice while in Discord, or back in the day it was fucking Ventrilo or Skype. But my point is, women, their transmogs were always super fucking revealing. It was always the armor sets that looked like lingerie. It was always these super fucking skimpy outfits that these women would choose to wear. And just in case you don't believe me, go look at Twitter and just look up people's transmog sets, because people will take pictures of their characters and show it on Twitter. And if you start going through women Twitter accounts, you'll start seeing most of them like wearing super trampy clothing. And it has nothing to do with, oh, you know, them wanting to be whores or anything. It has to do with the fact that, well, in real life, women want to look nice, women want to feel hot. Why should it be any different when it comes to their game characters?
Right. Yeah. I was just thinking about this the other day. Like, even women that aren't like lesbians, like, they still look at other women like sex objects and themselves. Yeah. Yeah.
I would say it's not even necessarily they're looking at themselves like sex objects. Over time, I've noticed women, when it comes to like super revealing clothing, they look at it like the same way that guys look at six packs. It has nothing to do with like them sexualizing themselves. It just has to do with them making themselves feel good.
And look good.
Yeah, okay, but what does that mean? Making themselves feel good because other people validate them when they look like that. I understand.
Well,
I agree, but I think it's deeper than that. I don't think it just ends at because.
Oh yeah. I will absolutely grant you there. I would, when I say that, what I mean, it has nothing to do with like, at least with women that I've known, it doesn't have to do with like outside validation. It has to do with them looking at the mirror and thinking, I look like a bad bitch right now.
Yeah, okay, but then that why? If you grew up on you're a woman, all right, and you grew up on a desert island, and you have a mirror, what does a bad bitch look like? You were taught that a bad bitch looks like a bitch with her tits out and her like pussy, like pussy armor with like all the arrows are pointing to her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Yes.
But my argument is, yes, that you can argue it's bad, and you can argue that it's upholding patriarchy or whatever. But at the end of the day, if there is a portion of women that are saying this does make me feel good, that I do like wearing this, that I do like doing this, I don't see there's a problem in that. Like,
I do.
Okay, yeah,
I
please.
do, but there's not a problem with them actually doing it. But but we have to be honest about what it is. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with being a slut, and sluts are great. There's nothing wrong with being a slut. But if you are being a slut, but then you pretend that you're not being a slut, that's like, we should be honest about what's actually going on. Like, there's literally nothing wrong with being a slut. I think it's bad that we by de facto value women for their youth and for their bodies more than we value them. Like, any female streamer will tell you, like, it's weird. It gets weird. Just like,
oh yeah, I will I actually have a story. Like, I hate using like personal anecdotes, but this is a personal anecdote of mine. There's a girl at my work. She's like really goth, right? So she's constantly wearing like the goth style of clothing, shit like that, and she's always wearing revealing clothing on top of that. Despite the fact that she wears revealing clothing and she looks like this, there has been multiple times where me and my mom, we both work at the same place, same building. My mom, she will go to the bathroom halfway through the night and she will hear this girl crying in the fucking bathroom because all day there's guys harassing her, saying, oh, she looks fucking hot. And literally, this girl cannot go anywhere in the fucking warehouse without being harassed by even her managers. Will walk up and say shit to her.
Jesus
She
Christ.
cannot, yeah, she does not get a fucking break when it comes to this shit. And yeah, you can argue it's the way that she's dressing and the way that she's presenting herself is why men are acting like this. But she's not dressing that way to get sexualized, and she doesn't want outside approval. She's dressing that way for her own approval. She's
I
dressing that way because that's how she feels comfortable.
I
But
think
she
that
doesn't
that
want other people.
I think that okay, that is exactly what I'm talking about as the problem. Okay, I don't think there's anything wrong with her dressing like that, but I do think that dressing slutty is slutty. And I don't think dressing slutty is somehow actually not slutty. Like I think that she is being slutty, and people are taking that as permission to like cross her boundaries in a way that they don't have permission to do. And if we would only be honest about it, then we could like say like, no, me being slutty doesn't mean you can touch me or you can comment on me, like, so that's what I think. I think that she's being
A
slutty.
lot of this is subjective in the sense that people have different expectations and standards, and when those standards and expectations don't match, you get a lot of miscommunication.
Yeah, I can say there's miscommunication for it, but I don't think this is the way I choose to look at it. Within the last decade, what it seems is people will say the reason why you're getting like objectified is because you're dressing like a slut, so stop dressing like a slut. And I don't think that is where we should be having the conversation. I think where
Well,
we should be having the conversation is we should be asking, why are men such fucking hounds that if you see a woman show a little bit of skin, you have to fucking hound her? Because the thing is, guys go to the gym all the time without their shirts on. These guys are muscular as fuck, and there's plenty of women that would literally take off their pants and fuck them in the gym right there. But they're not hounding him. But he's showing skin, and he's
oh,
also a slut.
that
He's a
does
male
happen.
slut.
It does happen, but yeah. Okay, I think that if you were a woman and you were getting harassed by men constantly and you keep dressing like a slut, like, I think that there might be some cognitive dissonance there, but it's not your fault. They shouldn't be doing that. It's not like you should not be allowed to dress like that because men are so stupid and they can't control themselves. No, they're not stupid and they can't control themselves. I mean, I guess apparently these men are stupid, but we need to teach them. But I think that the woman you're describing, I don't know her,
Oh yeah,
but I
okay.
think that she like if she continues to dress like that, like despite working in those conditions, there's something going on with her.
Well, yeah, you can argue that. Like, you can absolutely argue that. But my argument still stems from the fact that you can say what she is doing is bad, and she does have some blame for
Not
what is
bad.
happening to her.
It's not bad. It's
But
not bad. I'm saying she is.
oh, okay, yeah,
I'm saying she's.
I'm putting words in your mouth. I'm sorry. I'll
I'm
take
just saying
that back.
I'm just saying she's got trauma or something weird is happening with her that is making her put herself like, so she is being traumatized every day at work from people treating her like shit and being sexual with her, and then she continues to dress really revealing. That seems like there is something, she has an issue. Like it's not like she's doing something bad. I think she needs therapy, you know.
I can see where you're coming from with that, but at the same time, there is something to be argued about letting other people take away your autonomy. And what I mean by that is this girl dresses this way despite her being harassed every day. So she clearly like enjoys dressing that way. She enjoys looking like that. She's doing it for a reason. So I don't think she should stop doing that if the reason why she's stopping is because guys won't stop harassing her. I feel like you're
Okay.
giving up way too much of your autonomy to others.
Okay, that's okay, but that relies on what I consider a misunderstanding of the function of clothing. Okay, so men will often dress like women will be jealous about how men's pants have so much more pockets and stuff. Shit, men will often dress very functional. And a lot of women's clothing is very non-functional, and the more sexual it is, the less functional it is. So I think that there's a spectrum that you can look at it on, where you have one end is completely functional for the person. There is no part of the clothing that is for other people. It's very ugly and it's Crocs. It's just for your comfort. It like fuck everybody else. Like it makes you look like an ugly retard, but you like it because it's for you. And then you go to the other end where you're like a dominatrix stripper clothing, and that's for someone else. It's not for you. It's so that you can be eye candy and people can look at you and salivate and you want them. That makes you feel happy because you want them to look at you and be excited and that's fine. That's good. It's totally fine to want to be like that. But what I'm saying is if people are over sexualizing you so these are the people, like, so everybody in your workplace is over sexualizing you and crossing your boundaries and harassing you sexually harassing you, and you continue to dress in a way that's functionally for other people. I don't think it's for you. I think it is only for you by proxy because you feel gratification from wearing those things because of how other people treat you. And if the way that they are treating you when you wear those things is hurting you, but you continue to dress in a way that is provocative for other people, then I think that is a there's a misconnection in your processing that is leading you to hurt yourself.
I will definitely agree with you there. Like, for instance, if I was in her position, second week the shit would have happened, I would be showing up to work in a fucking sweater and sweatpants. And that's what I would wear probably for the rest of the time I worked there. But I would look for another job. Like, that's what I would do in her position.
Yes. Absolutely, yes. I would be definitely don't fucking stick around. No way. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, I think you and I were on the same page when it comes to like what we would do personally. It's just where my argumentation is coming from right now. I'm not sure I like want to live in a society where like women can't wear what they want or they get fucking harassed by every guy around, like especially within a
moving
workplace.
away from that society.
I don't think we are. Like, from what I've seen in my life, again, like personal anecdotes, yeah, right? So you can fucking insult me. But what I've noticed is when it comes to office work, we're moving away from that, and that's not so much of a thing. But anything that isn't directly office work, it is still the same, and we're not moving away from it.
Huh.
I don't think that.
There's
I think that you're confusing two things. So there is personal advice, and then there's societal, political prescription advocacy. In personal advice, for her, in her situation with those specific people at her specific workplace, I would tell her, for her well-being, like, I would tell her, you should just wear the sweatpants, fuck them. Okay, look for a new job, but don't dress like that near them. Like, they obviously they're going to abuse you if you do that, and that's not fair to you. And you shouldn't be changing how you dress for other people. So you should obviously work at a different place. Societally, those guys need to like those guys are the problem. They need to stop. She shouldn't be changing her behavior for other people, but her on a personal level, like, for her in that situation, she should. But societally, that's not the prescription. The prescription is not for women to like just all wear sweatpants. That's not the societal prescription, just the personal one.
Okay, yeah, then I think you and I are on the same page then. It's just like, to bring it back to my original point of saying it, like the reason why I brought that up to begin with was I feel like women want to dress this way. Not all women, but a lot of women want to dress this way. And I feel like the entire conversation has been dictated by women that when you really think about it, they're like fighting for the conservative ideals of how a woman should dress, that you should never show skin, that you should never do this, that you should never do that. Like if you look at a modern day game character, somehow they seem to match like the way a conservative would want their daughter to dress. And I just find that funny that it seems like it's the extreme left that are pushing this onto us when again there is a large portion of women that
Yeah.
don't want to dress that way.
Yeah, actually, yeah, you're totally right. There's really nothing wrong with slutty characters in games. But actually, okay, with a caveat, okay, I think it's creepy as fuck when a character in a video game, like, what was the game? Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I
That's
didn't play
enough
it.
said.
Okay, yeah. It doesn't make sense in the game for these women who are very uptight and shy and like they're like basically act like infants and they're really quiet and they're nervous to be dressed like the most intense dominatrix like ever.
If I may, I think part of the disconnect there is that that's something that's very attractive to Japanese culture, I think.
Well, wait. My point is that I think that if it makes sense for the character to be like slutty, like Bayonetta, that's perfect. There's no reason for her to be dressing conservative. She's a fucking
Yeah,
slut.
but you're not talking about that.
Yes, I know. Yeah, I'm talking about Xenoblade.
The perfect housewife stereotype in the temperament and personality.
Yes, it's all for the man though. That's what I'm saying. I think women should be slutty because they want to be slutty, not because men need them to be slutty.
Sorry, I'm quiet. I'm trying to look something up right now.
I'm trying to listen to the stream.
Oh, how's the stream going? I actually muted it like 20 minutes ago.
Boisterous.
Boisterous.
Who are the loud ones?
It's boisterous. I like that.
Oh God, Ninetales is on there.
Oh man, I just want my slutty video game characters to actually be slutty. God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on, but that's not true because not all women that dress slutty are slutty.
I think that's wrong. I think that they are. And if they aren't, then they are being abused. Because I think that if you dress slutty but you're not slutty, then someone is abusing you. Like, I think if you dress slutty, it should be because you're slutty. But that doesn't give people permission to do whatever they want with you. That's not what I'm saying. I'm
No,
just
it
saying,
doesn't.
no, right. I'm just saying that, like,
Yeah,
Um,
like you're not justifying. I know you're not justifying anything. You're just saying like if a woman is dressing like that, then she does probably.
it should be because she wants to be like a sexy woman, you know? It should, like, if she doesn't want people to look at her ass, but she, like, never wears pants and only wears thongs, like, we are hurting her. Like, the fact that she wants to wear a thong but wants nobody to look at her ass is going to make her life a living hell.
Yeah. Okay, this is my question. What do you mean by slutty when you say slutty? We might be
Okay,
running off two different
you-
definitions.
Okay, so when I say dressing slutty, I mean you want people to look at your ass. You want people to look at you and be like, "Ooh." That doesn't mean you want
Okay.
people. That doesn't mean you want people to make comments or touch you or think that they have permission to cross into your boundaries and stuff. But it means you want to be looked at.
Okay, yeah, then me and you are in complete agreement. When you were saying slutty, when I hear the word slut, I immediately think of like a girl fucking a bunch of guys, or like a girl wanting to constantly fuck. Like that's what I associate with that word.
Ah, okay. I just mean wanting to be looked at. Wanting to be looked at, yeah. Like guys at the gym, they're slutty. They want to
Oh
be
yeah,
looked at.
absolutely. Yeah, no, we're in
Yeah.
100% agreement.
There's a lot of semantic confusion between slutty and promiscuous.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are kind of complicated words when you really get down to it. Like everybody
Yeah.
has a different definition.
I get in trouble for my use of the word slutty a lot.
Yeah, it's because of people like me.
Well, people just in general to have a association where it's like kind of like negative too. And I'm a slut. We're all. What's wrong with that?
Hey, nothing's wrong with that. Welcome to the club. It's a good club to be a part of.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's why I vouch for the sluts. I'm one of them. I speak for my people.
Yeah. Okay, I got one more grievance about video games stuff. Okay, I have a
Oh, I
pet
got
peeve.
Let's
I got
go.
I got a pet peeve. This is a minor one. I got a fucking pet peeve about armor, like tit armor. Ah, okay. No. I one of the first fucking mods I'll ever put on Skyrim is to make sure that the female armor, like is normal armor. It looks perfectly fine on them, and like so if you this is I don't know how nerdy this is, but it's just once you see it, you're not gonna unsee it, and once you realize this, but functionally about how armor works, you're supposed to deflect blows. So if you have a crevasse in the middle of your chest pointed at your heart and someone stabs you in the middle of your armor, all that force is going into the middle of your chest rather than deflecting the blow. So it's literally like a god awful armor. It's just dog shit.
Huh.
So
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Yeah.
I hate that tit armor. I hate it.
See, I dislike tit armor for a completely different reason. I've been trying to make my own game for a while. I've made a few games in the past. And so through learning game development, one thing that you learn is you want to fake something to where it looks semi-realistic to where it's believable, right? Basically, games are smoke and mirrors. And once I started learning game development, I started like noticing like obscure details in video games. And one thing that agitated the hell out of me is jiggle physics. It doesn't make sense for plate to be jiggling. Like if you're wearing plate armor, how the fuck is it jiggling?
Yeah, that's just fucking stupid, dude. What the
I don't know why, but it fucking annoyed me once I noticed it.
No, that's just like absolute like toddler
It's like,
brain. Like how could you not know? Yeah,
bro, like,
that's
do you
awful.
not know what the fuck a bra is?
Yeah, would you not know what the fuck metal is? Just if you want to go down that road, just have like a boob window in the armor and have her like boobs out and then have them flop.
There you go. That's the fucking pro gamer move right there.
I think Bayonetta is a feminist game. That's a hot take.
And also, this is another thing that I've noticed. When it comes down to a lot of people getting pissed off about like subjecting women and shit, I've realized it's mostly with games people don't like. And what I mean by that, so like Cyberpunk 2077 had a lot of shit that if you really get down to it, I'm surprised there wasn't like insane leftists going after Cyberpunk because there is a lot of shit that objectifies women. But people didn't care because it was a cool game.
And you
like
could make
it had a bunch of bugs.
But you could make trans people.
Is that what you think it was?
Well, if you can make trans people, then you get a pass.
All right, fair enough. So it's like a point system. It's like
Yes.
minus 5 points for this, but then
Well, no.
All right.
No. Here's the thing. Okay, this is
No, it's like
we're getting spicy here. Okay, because if you make it so that you can make trans people, you have now a problem, because for you to be feminist and for you to be trans inclusive is going to cause an issue, because trans people want to wear the boob armor Okay, and they so for you to like have like a trans women are the biggest, they're the most slutty women, if you can call them women. They're just like I was playing with the Photoshop AI tools and trying to make it like make naked people and stuff. And one of the ways that and one of the ways I was, because you can't even say pelvis, you can't even say thigh. But one of the ways I was trying to get around that was to use like LGBT words and stuff like that. And that can help you get around it, because those words are associated with a lot of sexual imagery.
Ah, so you cheated the system.
As best I could. It's pretty fucking locked down. It's
Yeah, they have. You can blame NVIDIA for that. You're talking about ChatGPT, right?
No. I'm talking about Photoshop AI. Photoshop now has auto-generated fill. So you take your lasso. Oh, they have AI tools for selecting areas too. But
Really?
you take your lasso tool and you draw a lasso around where you want something. And so let's say that I'm standing like here like this. And then you take a lasso tool and you make a dotted line around my hand like this, and you say, dildo in hand. And then you're going to get a couple variations of me now with a dildo in my hand, AI generated, but like to match the rest of the picture. And they have it locked down so there's no violence, and there's no gore, and there's no sexual imagery. And it's really annoying, and it's like shit it'll just be like, oh, we're not going to do that request, even though it wasn't even a sexual one. It's just like, we decided we're not going to do that one this time. They're just it's so cucked.
Yeah. Wow, that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
Personally, I think they should probably have like two versions of the AI, where this version is, the safer work version, and then the other one just generates whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
Well,
like I don't want the child lock one.
what if they could also make it to where it's fucking Photoshop. You could literally have the AI reference a file on your desktop to where you could build your own image database.
Yes, that's against their rules. They won't let you train your own model.
Why?
Because they don't want people, I don't know why, like it's not only that they don't want people to make child porn because they don't want any violence or gore. It's just they don't want anything that it goes against their funders or something. I don't know. I don't know. Like it's not like they're trying to be ad friendly. Like
That's so weird.
at least make it so we can make gore. It's Photoshop. Okay, is this Photoshop, or is this fucking daycare? Like
It's now daycare.
I want to make a fucking gory like scene with like blood and guts. And what better to do that than fucking AI? Because AI makes things creepy. If you tell AI to like show your bones sticking out, it's gonna get some fucking weird looking shit because it's not even right. It looks wrong, and it's just it's the perfect tool to make creepy gory shit. And no, you can't even do that.
Would it be possible to make a Photoshop plugin that would essentially do the same thing? So like you could train your own model and then reference your model through a plugin that just does the same thing that Photoshop does?
Yeah, I think I gotta use there's other program. Yeah, there's another program, and they might be able to make a plugin. Yeah, I forget what it's called. I need to get that one. I don't know. Stable Diffusion.
Oh, I've used Stable Diffusion.
Yeah, but I don't think it works like as cool as the Photoshop thing, where you can like take your picture and keep like selecting areas to change in specific ways. Like you can take your Photoshop image, you take the crop tool and you bring out the edge like 50 more pixels because you want the image to be wider, and then you select that area, and then you say like extender or finish area, like, and then it'll like AI will generate the rest of the image that should have been there, and like it's just great. It's really great. I'm making
just
some.
looking forward to the day where the technology becomes so affordable that you can run these large models at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could do mine, but I have to have like a fucking 4090 just to generate shit from Blender.
Yeah, and you also need a lot of memory too.
Yeah, it's like 64 fucking gigs.
Yeah.
VRAM.
Ugh. You'd have to stack like two 4090s and... Wait, could you do that? Can you dual channel 4090s, or is that not possible?
I have no idea.
Might have to look into that.
Okay, someone said it does. The latest Stable Diffusion apps let you do all that. Okay, baby, let's go. Stable Diffusion's where it's at. Fuck Photoshop. Goodbye, Photoshop. Stable Diffusion. All right, let's go.
This is the one thing I'll say about Stable Diffusion. Make sure you're using a good language model before using it, because a lot of the language models for Stable Diffusion, they just suck.
Yeah. Well, the thing about that is I can literally go to, like, I'm pretty sure I've been told there are Discords dedicated to this. So I can go to a Discord for, like, let's say that you have like a foot fetish, and then there's the guy with a foot fetish that has a model, but specifically designed for the best foot fetish images. So I can,
Wow.
maybe like, I don't know if that's like literally one of them, but so let's say that I want to, maybe I'm not even making a porn thing. You can't even make in the Adobe Photoshop tools, you cannot make it remove someone's shoe to reveal a foot. So let's say that I'm using Stable Diffusion though, and I just want to, like, someone's on the beach with sandals and I want to make them barefoot. So I'm going to go to this guy, he's the fucking foot guy. I'm going to get his foot model, and I'm going to use his foot model to make my feet on my walking on the beach in the rain photo, because he's the fucking foot guy and it's going to be the best model.
You know what? That's pretty good. I actually did not know about that. I'll have to check for Discords.
Yeah, I heard about that. So I heard that there's a Discord for using models for porn, making models for porn, and I don't know, I'm not in it, but I'm told like there are different like channels and stuff for people with different fetishes, and working together to help make the models.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You know what? Fair enough.
Yeah.
I am all down for people learning how to make better AI porn.
Someone in my chat said you can dual 490s.
Nice. Okay. Well, not nice. That's like a fucking $8,000 PC, but I might have to look into that.
Yeah.
Fuck, if you had two of those, that means you need to probably rock an i9 processor. Or like a fucking Threadripper.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking two 4090s and a Threadripper.
He said go AMD, and yes, Threadripper.
Oh. Bro, that motherfucker would be a beast.
I would understand if they just, because like there are already lots of models to prevent people from like to figure out what child porn is and stop it from being, like, Google uses shit like that, and there's like a lot of stuff about like for that, like just put that, just put that on your thing, Photoshop. Just fucking use that. That's all you need. Just let us do porn. Let us do violence. I get it if you don't want people to make child porn. But like, it's Photoshop. Everybody making porn is already using Photoshop. Like, what the fuck is there? Like, are they fucking crazy?
Well, who's hosting the servers?
Yeah, probably them.
They could be just be going off of like OpenAI with their own rules or something like that.
Oh, that's a good point. I don't know.
Or they could be using ChatGPT.
Someone says, "Do you think AI prawn will put all the OF girls out of business?" Yeah,
Okay,
probably.
this is the way I look at AI porn. AI porn is good for the porn industry because all of these scummy fucking directors that take advantage of people are going to get put out of business. The OF girls will always be in business because you get a personal connection with most of the OF girls that make a fuck ton of money.
Counterpoint, okay? I don't think, okay, first of all, this might be spicy. I don't think there's anything wrong with taking a photo of somebody that you know and using AI to make them nude if you don't leak it. If you use it's like if you use it for your own consumption and it doesn't go public or anything, I think that's literally the same as using a notepad. It's your imagination. It gives you
Those are ifs.
that's a burden of responsibility you have to make sure that you don't post that online, that doesn't get shared. But that being said, I think that if you are attracted to somebody in real life, or maybe a celebrity or anybody you have a connection to, maybe just someone on social media that you think is attractive, those people on social media you think are attractive, there was a big wave of all these e-girls that started making OFs, and then lots of people started subbing into them. But if you had the alternative of just taking their photos and making them nude, like without needing to do an OF, like I feel like the process of taking their clothed photo and taking the clothes off of it feels way more intimate than even subbing to their OF.
Well, I guess I'm going to answer this by asking you a question. Do you think AI has the potential to replace streamers?
Not
Okay.
completely.
Theoretically, yes. Practically, no.
That's how
we
I
have
feel about
examples
OF
already,
girls.
like Neurosama.
Who's Neurosama?
Someone hooked a large language model up to a voice synthesizer and started streaming with it.
Yeah, so I think there's going to be cases where you will see a big AI generated OF girl. Like you will see your big OF girls, right? Your big AI OF girls. And you will see your big AI streamers. But I still think over 50% will still be humans because when you watch a streamer, you don't want to talk to an AI. You want to, talk to Lonerbox about whatever the fuck is happening. You want to talk to
Yeah.
fucking whoever the fuck, right? Because you have a physical attachment to that. And not by physical attachment, I mean you can talk to them. They have the ability of answering. The AI can do the same thing.
It's
But
uncanny. It's really uncanny. I think for it to get to the level, it would have to be even more human than human. Because if it was equal to human, you'd still be like, but it's not real. But if it was, if it felt more, if it did even better at being responsive to you, and
Sturgeon's law applies here. Most of the porn I've ever seen is incredibly unnatural looking.
that's true.
really,
But that's why I think that's absolutely true. You're absolutely right. I don't get how people look at it. Like I don't like most porn for that reason.
I can see where you're coming from with that. With me, I've never got off to porn. It was so I used to spend an unbelievable amount of my time as a teenager looking up porn, but I would never like touch myself or jack off or anything. It was always just like oh, well, that looks interesting. And then I would click on the next video or click on the next link or what the fuck ever.
Dude, I just want to have X-ray vision and just see whoever I want naked at any moment.
Oh God, no!
There you go.
Why?
Well, that's what AI is gonna do, right? So like, anybody that has like images online, you can see them naked because you can use AI.
Hang on. So, I don't think you would actually want that. I know you say you would want that, but I don't think you actually would, because if you could see every single pair of tits in the world, all tits would lose meaning after a year.
No, that's not what I'm saying though. I'm saying like I want to see this person naked. It's not like I would do it to everybody nonstop always. I would only
Come
do
on,
it.
bro.
No, like it's honestly it's a lot of
You're
work.
saying you're walking around outside, you see a hot, like, okay, you just have the ability, it's like a, you think it and it turns on, and bam, and you're walking around outside and you see a hot ass girl walk past you.
But this is already the reason that most porn doesn't do it for me because like sure like there are like attractive porn stars, but like like I want to feel like an emotional thing. And it like so if it's somebody that like if I can turn it with my fantasy and my tools for my fantasy, if I can turn anyone into a porn star for me, then the emotional part is covered.
Fair enough. I get what you're saying.
People think it's wrong though. I don't. I think that's just.
It's not wrong. This is the way I feel about it. Anybody who says it's wrong most likely are lying to themselves because they've probably thought the same thing at least once in their life. Like, God damn, I wish I could see this person naked.
Well,
like,
we've all okay. Anybody that didn't. Okay, how old are you?
23.
Okay, I'm 29. You're 23. So I'm 29. Anyone that younger than me too? And okay, so anybody 29 or younger who didn't jerk off to their friends in high school and shit, like pictures of them, like at least once you must have done it, right? And like so we've all done that.
Yeah, I've done that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Fair
yes.
enough.
Of course. So it's just normal. And if I could like use a tool so I could actually see what they might look like naked, then I would never even need porn at all.
That's a fair point. I guess. Okay, so I feel like one thing, if people had that ability, like people would have harder times to get into relationships because I feel like that motivation of wanting to see tits is like the evolutionary drive that leads you to find a partner.
Yeah, but it's still not real. Like, okay, so like there's a difference between seeing a pussy and smelling a pussy. You know what? Pussies might be smelly, but sometimes you want to take a whiff.
True. Very true. You are speaking facts right now.
Yeah, this is a great way to recover from your 14-hour shift, listening to Smeth talk about jerking off to high school girls.
There you go. I just finished an 8-hour shift.
You just figured, yeah, I just finished a 7-hour shift.
Fun.
Yeah. Yeah. This has been a great panel. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you C4 Cipher, and thank you Avius. And Avius, by the way, I've been like thinking about talking to you sometime. I every time you pop up on these panels, you're a good conversationalist, and you're one of the good ones. I think you're like you don't people don't give you enough space. You're a good speaker. You're charismatic.
You know what? I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. If you ever get the numbers, you're gonna do well on the panels. It's all about the numbers, baby. Because if you have a lot of viewers, people will shut up when you're talking.
That's the thing with me. I've been trying to get the fucking motivation to make YouTube videos because I've been streaming on YouTube. But the problem is, I quickly realized it does not matter what the fuck I'm doing. If I don't have something to justify people to click on my stream at first, I'm never going to build a community. So my main thing right now, I need to find a better balance with my time because I work full time. I have my daughter, I have my fiance. So like my days are pretty fucking full, but at the same time, if I have enough time to hop on a panel like this and, you know, bullshit with people and have a time like have a good time like this, I should have enough time to pull together something for fucking YouTube that would gain a following. The only problem is trying to figure out what the fuck kind of content do I want to make on YouTube.
There's one other thing you can do. This is also a lot of effort, though. You can do on a panel type thing. You can do like a performance art type thing, but that can be exhausting. But
Oh, you mean like wear clown makeup and shit?
okay, so like my first couple streams, I called into the Mr. Girl hotline the first stream I did, and I was in my boxers in a dog cage with like it was all black with just like one like one flickering red light. Okay, so I had this idea because nobody had used because he would have people on his like TV screen next to him, and nobody was using that like because he was still in the Destiny sphere. So I was like, there's a path here, and nobody was using that. Like so, I was like, I'm gonna show up on his little tiny like CRT TV, like with this flickering red light in a like a dog cage. Like it's gonna be like, and then I'm gonna crawl out of it, and so like you can do something like that. That's but like it's exhausting, and I had to like clean my whole room and yeah, but yeah.
Yeah.
And Wick used to do some stuff. Yeah, he did. Speaking of like clown makeup, like I saw some photos of like he would go on to Stardust stream, and he like you ever seen Cats?
Yes, the musical.
Yeah. I saw he had some like photos of like himself like with like really elaborate makeup, like covering his face and his beard, like cats, like a dog, and like he had a cat one and a dog one. And it was really like really impressive. But he's done some stuff like that originally.
What the fuck? Wow.
Yeah. So okay. Food for thought.
That's actually fascinating. You got like started off on the Mr. Girl shit. I wasn't even a fan of Destiny when the Mr. Girl shit was happening.
Yeah.
What the entire reason why I even started watching Destiny was because I had a hate boner for Andrew Tate. And during Destiny's Red Pill arc, I was basically watching anybody who would shit on Andrew Tate.
Yeah. I don't have a hate bone. I've never like I find Andrew Tate boring.
I used to feel so much fucking hatred for the dude. Now I just feel indifferent about him. Like I still don't like him. I still don't think he's a good fucking role model. It's just I'm no longer going to flip my fucking lid every time I see him.
The thing is, I think everything he does looks so fake to me. So it's just like,
That's the thing that pissed me off about it was he's fake as fuck, and then you have a bunch of jackasses surrounding him saying he's the realest guy that's ever existed.
Yeah, but and he says some awful shit. Sometimes then and then sometimes he says something that's all right. Once in a while, but like sometimes he plays into, and also he's like a pimp. But sometimes he plays into it, and he says awful shit in like a trolly way. I don't know. He can be funny, but whatever. Like I just think he's just a mixed bag of bleh. I don't care. I'm like I think he's he's a shitty person. He's done shitty things. He's a big troll. And I think it's just gross that people think that he's like cool because he's a fucking troll.
Did you ever watch the show 2.5 Men?
Yeah.
I think of Charlie Sheen in 2.5 Men every time I see Andrew Tate.
Yeah. Why would you want to be Charlie Sheen into why would you want to be
Yeah,
that?
exactly. Why the fuck would Charlie Sheen be your role model?
He's got AIDS.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But no, it's literally like, oh, go fuck hookers, you know, don't hook up with any girls. Fucking, you know, live your entire life by buying sports cars, by buying expensive houses, by treating women like shit. And I'm very much overgeneralizing when I say all this, but that's basically the gist of what they say.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna head out.
All right, fair enough.
All right. Ben Thorpe says Charlie Sheen is his role model. He does kind of look like Charlie Sheen a little bit.
Are you in Kenkel's server by any chance?
No, but maybe I should join.
Yeah, I'll send you a link. I'm usually in there chatting with them. Sometimes like Ninetales and like a bunch of other people join. So it's normally where
Cool.
I'm debating people if I'm not on a panel.
All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
All right, talk to you later.
Okay. So there you have it. There was the fucking panel. You can't get much better than that, folks, for a panel. Go stretch for the roller skating stream. Yeah, I did amazing. Well, you're welcome. Okay. See you guys next time. And I'm planning on going roller skating with Grace Thorpe. And I've been afraid to. And then Max said that he wanted to see it, and I'm like, well, then why am I so scared if he would say that? So maybe I feel like I'm just going to trust, because what we were talking about in that conversation last stream when I was talking to him was my survivor's guilt holding me back. So maybe that's what's going on there. So that's why I want to go meet up with Grace. And we'll go rollerblading or whatever the fuck. I'm yeah. Okay. Have a good night, Smith heads.